Welcome back, folks, to a beautiful morning in North Carolina.
It's an exciting day. It's the first day of our trip out west.
Yeah.
And we're cleaning the shitter.
Yeah, we figured it would be a fun thing to just take you along all the chores and duties and things that we have to think about whilst we live in the bus and travel on the road. So we haven't even left and here we are cleaning the pooper out. It's quite exciting. We're going to try something different because we're tired of working with this nature head and having it constantly a bit stinky. So we're going to try and do what Ray and Louie told us that they have done and remove that spinning wheel and clean the pooper out and put a bag in, so that the only thing you have to do is take the bag out every time you want to clean it. So that's going to be quite satisfying. Pressure washing this thing is a game changer. I don't know if anybody else's nature's head gets as gnarly as ours, but the peat moss that we spin, when it's initially dry, it kind of floats everywhere. Anyways. So we just went ahead and added a layer of peat moss on the bottom so that when we make our initial deuces, they have something to rest on. Since we took the spinny thing out, we needed a tub to be able to scoop and cover the poop as we go. So peat moss in a bucket. So another thing that we have to get done before we hit the road is fill up our water tank. We're just hooked up to Summer and David's house with a hose and we're filling up the tank on the other side. We also tore up their yard just moving the bus a few feet forward, so we're gonna straighten things out. When the bus starts leaking water, that's when we know that the tank is all filled up for our fresh water. The thing that's super important to remove is this little plug. So when we're filling up the water, if this isn't removed, the air pressure just pushes all the water back out from where we're filling it. So we have to unplug this so the air has somewhere else to go as the water is going into the tank. And then we have to remember to put it back, otherwise we leak all our water. Same with the grey tank, we plug it up when we're on the road so we don't leak anything out on the road. So to be able to fill up our tank, we have to have a certain hose that we have cut basically as an adapter piece that can go inside of this area to be able to fill up the water.
Gotta fix some of the solar. Bringing in too much amperage through my wire, and so it's tripping one of the fuses, and so I'm gonna replace it and see if that works. The wire I'm using from the solar panels to the batteries can only take 40 amps, and so I noticed this actually tripped at 33 amps, and so I'm gonna keep it at 40 amps, but I'm gonna use this one instead and see if this one does any better, because without this we don't have, the batteries don't charge from the sun.
Got to hook the Jeep up so we can ride together as a family in the bus.
Juby is so amazing that she saved the Jeep manual to our Google Drive so that we could have easy access for putting the Jeep into towing neutral. It's quite complicated. Juby, thank you, we love you.
Justin had a request that I clean his mirrors. I'm going to straighten those things up before we hit the road.
Circle K, apparently, with each fill up, you get a free car wash. Man, this is pretty sweet. Just talked to the owner who started this racetrack 50 years ago when this place used to be nothing but trees. And he was talking about taking down the timber and just moving the dirt from left to right until they made a track a year later and started racing. They described it as a bunch of mechanics just having fun. This kind of like backwoods stuff with people who know each other going out on Saturday night and just having fun. I'm into that, man. I grew up around that kind of stuff. I think we're gonna grab some dinner, hang out a little bit, and then just get ready for the race. Take it easy. It's Saturday night. Chill. Oh.
Almost done. Well, you know, crummies, and I think just after, you know, driving and stuff and lugging everything in and out, it just needs a good extra sweet bay. But she's looking good. Almost ready to be cozy at home. Probably make some dinner and making a whole nother mess again. Tonight I'm making some dinner for us. We're all a bit hungry. A bunch of leftovers, so we're gonna try and clean the fridge out. So we got a butternut squash and a mushroom and yellow squash with, it's an almond pesto rice, and some fresh baby spinach.
So we're getting back into the swing of things. Feels like it's been forever since we took that trip all the way up to Canada and then spent the winter down in Florida, so we're a little bit rusty here. But we're planning out our trip. We haven't specifically defined the route all the way through, but we're kind of figuring it out as we go. So far we've come to terms with checking out Louisville, Kentucky. That would be cool. St. Louis? I think that's all we've got so far. And we're heading towards Colorado. But one of the key things that we have to figure out is where we're going to park, where we're going to stay. There's a ton of different apps. I've loved to have these parking spots booked in advance, but we're kind of like booking them like a night or 2 nights before. But anyway, that's one of the things we have to do when we're traveling with a bus.
So before we keep going with this video, we just wanted to give a really big shout out to Jackery for being so amazing, and
I still think we should rap Bible.
Okay, before we continue the video,
We're gonna drop the heat on you about the Jackery.
that doesn't rhyme.
We actually carried around a generator at one point. It was horrible. It
It's
smelled.
so heavy, but if you still want to get power in a more sustainable way, that this is a really great alternative. So I would definitely check it out.
It's easily portable. Like, we can go almost anywhere and be able to just be on our laptops and be in the middle of nature and get work done. You can buy the bundle with these solar panels, and we've got a way to hook up 2 to 4 solar panels to charge this Jackery whenever it's sunlight outside, which is just another great way to get a sustainable energy source for us to use when we're on the go. We pop that thing in the Jeep and take it everywhere with us. It's amazing. So with that, if you are interested in bringing Jackery into your life so that you can have these dope movie projection nights, we're gonna stick a link in the description. And Jackery, thank you for sponsoring this video. We love you.
I think we failed to mention, but last night, the race was canceled. It just started downpouring. And it was a bummer because we were really, really excited. But we decided to get a long drive today. I think it's about 5 hours on Google Maps. So for a bus, it's probably more like 6 hours, maybe 6:30 in the morning. Figured we'd get a jump, start early. We're headed to Lexington today. You see this fog? This is unbelievable. Check this out.
Ran up here to get a shot of Justin driving the bus and saw a little turtle friend. Good thing I ran up here. So handsome. Alright, and now a shot from him. Uh-oh, what's going on?
It's a little hot. Need to check and see what's going on. It's super hot. We've been going through some crazy mountains and we've been towing the Jeep. I probably should have pulled it off further, but the engine started to overheat. I'm hoping it's just low on coolant. We can just top it off, let it cool down a little bit, and then take the Jeep off and keep going from there. But we're gonna see. Also, I have to wait until it cools down before I can take the cap off to put in more coolant.
I think a fan is going to help cool this engine down a bit. The gentleman driving by saw us pulled off on the side of the road and just stopped to check in, make sure we were doing okay. I'm not sure he's a mechanic, but he might be able to help us, who knows?
The bus have a picnic? No.
Not so bad. It's a good pull-off area, babes. You got us a nice grassy field to lounge and sunbathe in.
Juby reminded me we have these excellent traffic cones that came with the bus. So I'm gonna dig them out now that we finally have an opportunity to use them. How cute. Triangle. Don't mind the dust.
Pop's gonna check the coolant, which means we gotta jump inside the bus.
I'm just kidding.
So the oil and the transmission fluid look good.
So on Thursday, we dropped Red Pepper off at the mechanic that we normally have been going to for the last like 3-4 years now. They did like a once over and told us that she was running perfect.
I'm gonna top off the coolant real quick and then we'll take her for a spin. See how she does.
Is it working, Pops?
Yeah, it's going in there.
The bus is doing good. It's driving away. It's on the road.
Apparently there's a tunnel up ahead that he measured the bus to be about 10.5 feet, and this tunnel is 12 feet. So fingers crossed we fit with plenty of room to give. Let's see how this goes. Wow. We ended up driving through to test run.
I've never been through a tunnel like that. Looked like the dwarves had just got done chiseling it out.
Yeah, that would not have been a good idea with the bus.
Cool,
Imagine if we
though.
got stuck and then we blocked that whole road and then we had to wait till someone could tow us out. How would that even work? They would have to like attach a chain and drag us out.
No, I would just stick it in reverse and rip the deck off.
Anyway, so the whole purpose of going through this tunnel was because a few weeks ago, I guess, before the Iceland trip, whenever I was planning for Iceland, I was also kind of in tandem planning a little bit for our trip to the west. And I was like, what are we gonna do in Kentucky? We're gonna need to stop. It's all about the journey. So I was just looking up, I don't know, stuff to do. So I found this gorge, thought it would be fun. Yeah, Azalea's been sleeping. I think we're just gonna wake her butt up and just go. We have swimsuits, I have my yoga mat, so let's go have some fun. What a welcoming. Just enough time to dip our feet and then the rain. Pretty peaceful.
Now honk my horn.
Toot toot.
Ready, here we go.
We made it to our parking spot and these two are already picking raspberries. We're at a winery. How are the raspberries?
I think it's actually a blackberry.
every time we post up at a spot, we have to unpack everything that we've packed away so that it's stored and secured while we're driving. Pretty much everything here in the sink has to come out. Open windows and get fresh air breezing through here. It can just get super windy if they're all open. And obviously tidy up in the back, in the bedroom, get the hats back on the hooks and put the big like camel shag curtain on our front door. Tidy up a little Azalea's bedroom because books sometimes fall down. It's a little bit of work, but not too bad. And then before you know it, we'll be cooking dinner. Ooh, propane needs to be on.
I probably should have made that in an easier to access place.
Practicing cooking?
Yeah. I'm an ant.
You're welcome.
And you know, sometimes you just run out of propane. You gotta take this sucker down and you gotta go get a new tank.
No full propane tanks, off to a new location. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. You too. I can't tell you how amazing that was just to have 20 minutes completely alone. Now for dinner. Taco party!
Yeah.
It's like 6:15 in the morning maybe. It is Monday, so that means that we have a morning meeting. Last night our power blew out and something is up with our new solar system. So Justin has to fix it and figure out what's going on. And the only way to get that battery to start back up is to jump start it.
I don't recommend this. This is only in dire circumstances. I've got some more tweaks to do on the solar. I'm gonna let that sit there for a few minutes, charge up the solar batteries, so we can have enough charge until the sun comes out. It looks a little overcast, so I don't know how much sun we're gonna get this morning. In the meantime, while Mom's is doing yoga, I'm gonna clean the house.
So like any household, we have rubbish and recycle to take care of too. So we just normally take it out, throw it outside the bus, put it in the Jeep and look up a local dump station so that we can drop everything off there.
Moms and Azalea are all having their own little adventures, running some errands. They were kind enough to let me have a little bit of time to do some meetings and some work this morning. I'm about to head out to one of our first official camping spots, the Kentucky Horse Park Campground, which I'm stoked about. Looks like a pretty nice place with like biking and running trails and a swimming pool and a playground. I think it's gonna be great. They also have electric so we can use our AC. Yes! And we're gonna meet there and continue on our journeys, enjoy a little bit of Lexington. I'm excited for everything that is to come. It's been nice, it feels good to be back on the road, to be figuring out our new routines out, and to be able to come to a place like this and just like enjoy it and just soak in the beauty of something that's new. I love that we've finally made this dream a reality, and excited we get to bring you guys along the way. And with that, I think that's the end of our video. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little insight into what traveling with the bus is like. Things we have to do, things we have to keep in mind when traveling with our RRV. And to come are lots more US adventures across the country. So stay tuned with us. With that, have a kick-ass week. We love you guys. Take care.
So we never really showed you how we dump our water. This is how we do it. We're at an RV campground site and we're just gonna hook up our hose that we have that's kind of expandable and so it reaches a certain length to be able to go long or short and dump it into, I guess, the septic system that they have installed for the campground. And it really is called grey water because that is so stinky and so grey and so disgusting and bleh. Anyways, so we're gonna dump all that out here. Our grey tank is about 30 gallons and our freshwater tank is about 100. Anyways, have a wonderful day. Before we continue the video.
This is Juby's rap stance.
Okay, so before we continue the video,
We're gonna drop the heat on you about the Jackery.
That doesn't rhyme.
It doesn't have to rhyme though. It's all
Date
for
night.
pros.
Okay. Date nights are for movies and getting groovies.
And even a little boozy. That's your thing.
Because Jackery's super cool when you're feeling.
When you're sitting by the pool.
Just don't drop it in. Or you'll be stuck in a pin.
But when you're chilling in the campground with nothing to do, your child's asleep, and you want some personal time with your partner,
What do?
kick on the Jackery and maybe a movie. And then things will be really, really groovy.
Okay.
See, we're getting there. Our freestyle game is much stronger than you thought. Or than when we first started. Yeah, it's getting better.
So we've been hauling this thing around every day in the bus.
It's full of power that it provides for us.
Yeah. You're good at this, babe. I'll just know what you end it.
Okay, yeah.
It's orange and black, which are great colors to think about. I couldn't even
Rhyme
start
with the balance.
It's a great power device that'll set you up with all kinds of juice.
So that at any day, at any point in time, you can always, like us, let loose. It's got plugs for 120, 12, and even USB-C. How you remember that?
Oh my God. USB-C, you might ask. What is it? Well,
It's a plug.
you run out of power and you need to juice back up. Don't forget about your lovely friend in the sky.
Mr. Sun. All right, that's enough. I think we're getting worse.